Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show here, Big Slam Wrestling. I was going to primarily make this video in regards to TNA's Lethal Lockdown 2014 last night, but among other things, I want to get something else off my chest, and that's this. If you don't like TNA wrestling, then tell me why in the hell do you waste your time going on with your blathering bullshit here on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter and any other social media uh, that's in existence out there, that you feel the need to have to go on about how much you hate this product, how much you dislike this wrestler, how much you don't like this storyline. If you don't like TNA, son, don't even turn on the goddamn channel. And if you got it on, switch that sumbitch on to something else that you want to watch. If you like Ring of Honor and that's the brand you like, man, watch that, and then tell me how fucking great the Ring of Honor pay-per-view was, or their weekly show was, or the house show that you were just at. How great that show was, and who went over, and what was good, or if something wasn't the way you liked it, what you wanted to have about it, and have it fixed. If the WWE is your thing, then you know what? Run with that shit. Run that all the way down and shove it in my face and tell me how great the WWE is and what it's doing for you. And if you don't like the way a particular direction's going in that company, if you're not happy with the way they're pushing or not pushing a superstar, well then goddamn son, put it on there and let us know how bad it sucks, and maybe say something out there in the universe about what's wrong with your product. But it seems to be that if you're a Ring of Honor fan, or you're a WWE fan, or if you only like New Japan Pro Wrestling or CZW, or only watch Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, everybody else, it seems, always wants to take a drizzling shit upon TNA and Impact Wrestling. It's been that way since day one with the company, and it boggles my mind as to why. Because you could have a wrestler that was part of your organization that left that company because they weren't getting either A, paid enough, B, pushed enough, or got tired of the bullshit that was going on. So they left that company either from the WWE, or from Ring of Honor, or from CZW, or from PWG, or from AFI, or from TDDD. I don't give a fuck what the letters are. Okay, but they went to TNA Wrestling, and all of a sudden now they were your man, they were your girl, and they were the best thing in the world. But apparently they go to TNA, and all of a sudden they lose all grasp and concepts of how to wrestle, and all of a sudden they suck, or they're no good. Perfect example right now is Eddie Edwards and Davey is the Wolves at TNA. All you indie fans out there, and I being one of them, all of a sudden you guys seem to think that they all of a sudden don't know how to wrestle anymore. They're no good. They suck. I don't know. They seem to be kicking ass and know what they're supposed to do, and they're wrestling like the Wolves when they were in Ring of Honor and everywhere else, but they're no good. You bitched and moan about all these old timers that were flooding TNA back in the day. Most recently, Hulk Hogan, Sting, those kind of guys, and they were so horrible. Yet now that they've signed with the WWE, oh my God, thank the heavens of wrestling have listened to us, and they brought Hulk Hogan back, and he's gonna host WrestleMania, and it's gonna be the best thing, brother, because the Hulkster's back in the WWE where he belongs. And Sting, he's been wrestling. He sucked when he was in TNA, and he couldn't do a match worth a goddamn according to the fans. But now that he's signed with the WWE, oh, thank you. He's going to get to wrestle The Undertaker, and they're going to have a 5-star match in the WrestleMania, hopefully next year, as they're both another year older and half crippled beyond belief and can't do more than a friggin' match or two a year. But it's going to be outstanding. Why? Because it's in the WWE. Well, that's WW bullshit. If he couldn't do the job there, how's he doing the job in the WWE now, and all of a sudden he's somebody's best fucking promotion? It's bullshit. Yeah, and I'm ranting. I'm getting this shit off my chest because I'm tired of assholes in the internet, YouTube community who seem to think they know it all about pro wrestling and what's good and what's not. See, me, I'm a wrestling fan since I was 5 years old. Attended my first WWF high school wrestling promotion in Willingboro, New Jersey, okay, where Gorilla Monsoon lived, and I grew up around seeing him on a regular basis as a youngster on through into my older years. And I had a match there that was Bob Backlund and the Wild Samoans, and Baron Mikhail Cicluna, and Polish Power Ivan Putski. Okay, that was in a high school gym. Okay, and I grew up here on the East Coast of New Jersey, so WWF was the only promotion that we had around here until I was a teenager. Okay, and then all of a sudden we started getting the Superstation, and we got the NWA, and we got the chance to see how the rest of the country had pro wrestling that wasn't the typical WWF model. And I grew to love pro wrestling even more. And I reached out and I got involved in tape trading and independent shows and getting to see things in Japan and Puerto Rico and down in Mexico. And as the NWA morphed into WCW, and then the Monday Night Wars grew, and the NWO and DX and all that happy horse shit that went on through the Attitude Era, and everybody picked sides about who was better and who wasn't, I watched both programs. And you know what? As you sit there and go back, and don't go through your mind, but watch the tapes. And now you got the network, and you can watch it even more. And you can see that, you know what? The WWF and the WWE Attitude Era and the Aggressive Era and all that was sure as shit not perfect. And WCW, through the Monday Night Wars, and with the NWO Silver and the NWO White and Black and the NWO Red and all that happy horse shit, was far from perfect. And the only thing that kept wrestling alive was the fact that you had two organizations that were going head to fucking head, that were keeping each other moving because they had competition amongst themselves. And I'm not even integrating ECW into that picture, because ECW, brother, I was there before it was ECW, when it was the TWA with Joel Goodhart. Okay, and that eventually, as that went out of business, okay, Todd took it over, and upon hooking up with Paul Heyman, turned it into Eastern Championship Wrestling, which turned into Extreme Championship Wrestling, and went on to where we went today. And that's in history, and that's the way it is. But it was wrestling, and it kicked ass, and it was great. And again, I love all these things. I go to indie shows, I go to the big shows, I go to the little shows, I watch pay-per-views from Japan, from Mexico, and I love it all. And if it's good, I'll tell you it's good. And if it's shit, I'll tell you that it was shit. And I'm going to tell you right now that last night on TNA, Impact Wrestling, Lethal Lockdown was the best pay-per-view that company has put out in ages. And to have some mealy-mouthed little bastards on the internet talking shit who didn't watch the program, who sat there only going by what they were reading on the internet, telling them about the matches, to talk and try to shit on it, you're out of your goddamn mind. That pay-per-view kicked ass from top to bottom. Was it the absolute greatest pay-per-view of all time? No. Were the matches all 5-star matches? No. But they were all 4 to 4.5 star matches in this guy's opinion. And I was happy with each and every goddamn match they had. They continued their storylines. They continued character development. They got shit set up now to go on for the next 6 months. And they are continuing to move and groove like they have been since they rebooted after Bound for Glory. And to have guys crying about, I don't understand. How can they have wrestling control the company? It doesn't make sense. Goddamn, son, it's pro wrestling. This is not fucking physics. It's not supposed to make absolute perfect sense. Did it make goddamn perfect sense when Shane McMahon bought out WCW under Vince McMahon's name? No. Did it make perfect goddamn sense when Ric Flair bought the control and he was co-owner of the WWE with Vince McMahon? No. Okay, but I don't hear anybody bitching and moaning about that. I got guys crying that Bully Ray all of a sudden is becoming a face, which in this guy's opinion, he's not going to be a face. He's going to be an in-betweener. He's going to be all about himself, like Bully's always been about himself. So he screwed over Dixie because Dixie screwed over him. And when MVP doesn't give him the title shot and do what he wants, he's going to screw over MVP. Okay? Oh, but just 2 weeks ago, he was talking about killing Anderson's unborn children, and now they want me to cheer him. It's just, no, it makes no sense. How can that be? Heels have done the most vile, hideous shit in wrestling throughout history. Yet somehow, most of the time, unless you were the Sheik, you became a face at one point. Good God, even Abdullah the Butcher became a face. Yet you're going to cry and bemoan the fact that he threw the match for MVP. He didn't do that for MVP. He did that to stick it to Dixie. And also to Bobby Roode, who he doesn't like. He's never got along with kayfabe in the business. And they're going to continue their feud. And you're going to have Bobby Roode become a face. Okay, and if you haven't seen that coming, then you don't know what the fuck you're doing and listening and watching with wrestling. Now that's my rant for today. Because I'm in that shit kind of mood and I'm tired of the bullshit. You got it from me, the show, at Big Slam Wrestling. And that's my story for today. And that's how I'm feeling. And if you don't like it, you can all go take a flying fuck for all I care, because that's the goddamn mood that I'm in. And I'm going to talk the way I want to talk, and that's just the bottom line, so I can make it be a little stone cold for you today, because I'm feeling like Steve. Or you know what? Fuck it. I might feel like Shark Boy and tell you that that's the fishing line, because Shark Boy said so. And I'll just do whatever I want to do, how I want to do it, because this is my shit. And if you don't like it, tune the fuck out. If you do like it, I'll be back again, saying what I say, how I want to say it, when I want to say it. And if you don't like it, I really don't care. See you next time.